Well, all across the country, government workers are in limbo due to the partial shutdown. Well, now protests have picked up, including here in Atlanta, as we approach the first week without a paycheck. In Washington, it appears there's no end in sight.
Now, the president is digging in, and lawmakers on opposite sides of the aisle can't come to an agreement on the biggest issue, which is border wall funding, of course. And today, the president traveled to the Southern Border Patrol Station in McAllen, Texas, a relatively safe city. He was met by protesters and supporters of his efforts, and today's trip comes 20 days into the ongoing shutdown, and one day after a fiery meeting with Democratic lawmakers.
I don't have temper tantrums, I really don't. We're either going to have a win, make a compromise, because I think a compromise is a win for everybody, or I will declare a national.
Meanwhile, here in Atlanta, it's a protest that caught the eyes of people across the country.
TSA workers marched outside the nation's busiest airport, demanding that government officials take action to end the partial shutdown. Fox 5's Will Nunley was the only reporter there as the protests began and has more from Hartsfield-Jackson tonight.
Fox 5 was the only station to bring you this protest live across our social media as it happened, as we saw dozens of TSA workers growing in their fear and anxiety, not knowing when this shutdown is going to end.
What do we want? When do we want it? Yeah!
Which basically they don't get paid, they don't know when they will get paid.
This is just a handful of the nearly 1,200 TSA officers that support operations in Atlanta's busy Hartsfield-Jackson International. A group of off-duty furloughed officers staging a protest outside of the domestic terminal, pleading for action by lawmakers.
We committed to the job of securing the traveling public. We took an oath, and we're asking them to do their job and pay us timely, as they are getting paid as well.
Shakina Givens is the local union president. She says, like her colleagues, she's feeling the pinch.
I've been an officer for 10 years with the federal government, and it's sad that it has come to this point where my tenure, my pension, and all these things could become jeopardized because I don't have a paycheck and now I have to seek employment elsewhere. The
demonstration lasted about an hour, catching the eye of travelers and fellow officers. Organizers say that's the point, to draw attention to the immediate need.
You know, people are going to start being affected in this thing. We're here at the busiest airport in the world. TSA folks are stressed, overworked, not getting paid.
Their all leave has been canceled for these officers, so if they had trips and things like that planned, that leave has been canceled.
And that was Will Nunley reporting for us. A group of furloughed EPA workers said they'd prefer to be at work, but in the meantime decided to continue their service to the public. Nearly 30 employees of the Atlanta division spent their day cleaning up Decatur's Medlock Park. They grabbed supplies and trash bags and spread out across the South Fork of Peachtree Creek. They say they cleared invasive vegetation, cleared the creek, and ended up picking up 44 bags of trash.
All of us like to do environmental work. We'd be so happy to be in the office doing our jobs right now, but if we can't be in the office, we all like to come together out in the field and find something like this DeKalb County Park that is in need of a little bit of love and trash cleanup.
Well, this is not the first time the group has done something like this. They tell us they did the same during the 2013 furlough to keep up morale. Russ?